Morning, everyone. Welcome to the Women's Wellness Network. Well, Easter Monday, everybody's still maybe having a little downtime, don't have to work today. I don't know if this is my work, but I don't consider it a job. I consider it like something amazing and really fun to do every day. So I'm super excited. And I'm really excited to have one of my cohort members here with me. He's a beautiful soul. And welcome, Eric. How are you doing today?
Absolutely fantastic. Happy April. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's April.
Crazy.
Yeah, I was so excited. I almost overslept and didn't come today. So, April Fools, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't have missed this for the world.
Good one. I totally forgot about April Fools. That's funny. Oh my goodness. What isn't there something you have to? Oh, that's St. Patrick's Day. Got to wear green so you don't get pinched.
That's right.
I don't know if April Fools has any, uh, rules and stipulations. Not
Just some good old-fashioned tomfoolery, I think.
That's always fun too, I think. Yeah, I appreciate it. I think yeah, I know a few people actually who have birthdays today, so that's kind of funny too, right? I wonder if they get a lot of jokes played on them. Probably. Anyways, Mr. Eric, could you please, well, first of all, tell us where you are in the world.
Okay, well, hello and good morning to everyone. I am Eric Stenlake, or known as Coach Eric. I am in Southern California, so kind of halfway in between LA and San Diego, right along the coast. It's so boring here. There's only palm trees and sand, and it's so boring. It's terrible.
And generally sunshine and yeah.
Yes, generally sunshine, and it's so hard to
Oh
live
yeah,
here.
woe is me. I woke up this morning and it was -1. So
Oh,
yeah.
oh.
Yeah, I get it. Oh, it's funny because I didn't know that you were in Southern California. I thought you were somewhere, cold like me, but you get to be lucky. And I should have noticed because sometimes I see you on your lives in the morning and yeah, generally it's sunny every day. I see you. So that's
Yeah.
lovely. So Eric, now what do you do for your work? Not for your group, but for your work, because it's super important.
It is so much fun. I don't even look at it like you said. I don't even look at it as work. I've been in education since '96, and as a middle school, high school teacher, adult ed. I've been an education consultant for 14 years, working with educators all over the U.S. and Canada. I've had a brain-based cognitive abilities testing and training center for and as an entrepreneurship. And as of the last number of years, I've been a teen parent family coach. And so I wear a lot of hats, and I love it. It's crazy, but it keeps me on my toes and keeps me hopping from one thing to the next. So that's really the space that I'm in.
Super important. Nurturing those that are coming up, our young people who need some guidance. And, you know, we go through some things as families, as parents, as kids, and sometimes we're not really sure, what do we do? Where do we go? Who do we talk to? So you're kind of the perfect person for that. And that will bring us right onto your new Facebook group, which is it's an amazing space. It has so much heart, and the reason behind it is beautiful. So could you please tell us about your group?
Absolutely. It's the Empowered Family Network. And hey, listen, what family doesn't need a little dose of empowerment? I mean, seriously. I mean, for all the women out there in the women wellness, like what would this guy be on here talking about that is going to be, connecting to women's wellness and family empowerment? Because it really is a conglomerate of ideas that we are looking at. What is our success? What is our wellness? What space does that show up in for us? Right? Is it the fact that I've conquered the chair in my house? Everybody has the chair where all the clean laundry goes. And when kids and everybody's saying, "Hey, where's this shirt? Where's my socks? I don't have any underwear." Go to the chair. Go to the chair. And so we begin looking at systems and processes in the family to say, can can we do better, or are we okay with the chair? Do I need to move past that and say, listen, there's 1,000 other things that I need to focus on? The chair is not one of them. And I need to make sure that everybody at least gets clean laundry into the chair. And I'm going to be okay with that. You know, it was funny. I had somebody on Facebook Messenger said to me today, like, how do you define like empowerment in the families? I said, you know what? It looks, sounds, and feels differently to everybody. What are the unique challenges that you face as a family that you're saying, I need to look at that and make some adjustments to get the results that we're looking for in the family? Does that come in really setting up a family schedule? Does it come with like setting up expectations around family engagement, right? And we look at the women here that are in your group, and where's the engagement internally that you guys are looking at and saying, I need to have better show up for me in these areas of my life, whether that's in nutrition or exercise or rest or stress management or peace, joy. The same thing, applies to the family. Where does that need show up for you? And then let's tap into the origin of that. Where does that need come from and why? And then how can we better ourselves in that space to really get the results that we're looking for? So that, my friends, is what the Empowered Family Network is all about. That's what we're doing, start to finish. Let's get in there. Let's unpack some skeletons in the closet. Find out, like, where do we need to go from here? And then let's make a plan and approach to really be the empowered family that we want to be together.
Beautiful, beautiful. And as you say, it's we're all different. We're all different as individuals. And when you put the family group in there, I think a lot of times we get maybe confused that the family is supposed to be a certain way. It's supposed to look a certain way. We're supposed to, do our roles a certain way. But a lot of times, we didn't discover those roles in a healthy manner. We weren't raised up with support or identity that, was positive to connect to. So yeah, working with ourselves, but also realizing, man, there's like, there could be 4, there could be 6, you could have a family of 18. I thought that's a lot of players, right? But it's no different, I suppose, than a sports team.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And one of the fun things that we get into with the families is really looking at what each individual's identity is, whether it's the kids, and they're going to make their own identity statements. And then collectively as a family, we put those identities together. We create a family identity or a family mission, however you want to look at it in that scope. And then be able to say, okay, how does each member of the family then collectively come together that we are forming this cohesion of a family unit that is going to be successful? That one, we understand each other's identity, we understand what our strengths are, and we understand where I can step in and help support each member of the family. Because it's, well, I didn't take that cup out of there. I didn't use that cup. It's not my problem. I'm not going to do it. Yeah, my mind, is that just my kids, or is that like everybody's kids say those types of things? I'm like, you know what? Listen, well, do I get money for my chores? Listen, you get a roof over your head, you get food on the table. How about that? Huh? How about that? And so we look at kind of bringing some of these stereotypical things and say, great, how do we bring them together? Because I mean, truly, what success looks like for each one of the family members is different. Mm. Right? I got a kid who'll take out the trash. I have one that won't, because he's like, I don't do trash. That's disgusting. I won't touch that. Right? And then some people will take the trash can and they'll kind of do a little Tetris of the trash up on the side, and it's this far over the lid, and you're like, for the love of Pete, right? And then it's like, and then right, the kids won't listen until our heads start spinning around in circles, like I'm losing my mind. Well, let's not be like that. Let's really tap into our worth and potential as family members, and really talk about the empowerment, and really understand that it's the engagement piece that sometimes we lack in families. Mm-hmm. And especially nowadays, right? I mean, the number one thing that we have coming up is I don't have kids that are engaged. I don't have people that are engaged, right? Because what? They're doing what? They're on this, right? They're in the rooms and they're in isolation. And so that's a tough nut to crack with kids these days is how do we get them re-engaged into the family and at different stages of the aging process. Now, listen. With the Empower Family Network, we're talking about the family empowerment from birth to death, really, because I have people that are senior citizens going, listen, I've got a 30 or 40-year-old that is, living in my basement with Van Halen t-shirts on from 1984. Like, okay, listen, we gotta make some changes. We gotta help that family too, right? So it really spans the whole gamut of the aging family process.
Interesting. Yeah, I think it's wonderful because as you say, it's not just, the basic nuclear family that's at home with their, few people. It's all the rest of our family even that we can bring in and I guess use them as support, and maybe also they can realize that they have an importance, a role that's people are, the kids are always watching. And what's that one? Little cubs have big ears. So, right? They're like always listening, looking, wondering, trying to learn from us. And yeah, if we don't know what we're doing to begin with, yeah, what a kerfuffle. Like a big, right? Everybody's like, oh, I don't know. I'll just hide in my room because I don't know. And I know parents that even do that, right? Not just kids, that nowadays parents are, disengaging because they're lost and are struggling and not too sure how to, reel everybody back into that nest, I guess, in the end. So what was your inspiration for starting the Empower Family Network?
Well, listen, the great question, and because of the fact that I've been in education and I've worked with teens and worked with parents, I mean, how many parent meetings have I had, to run or got to do, I should say, and phone calls home about, their kid, and it really transformed in the back of my mind years ago as an education consultant in a company called Franklin Covey. And as I've been going around and talking to teachers and parents around the country, in the platform of leadership and culture development, when this opportunity came along to, wow, I could really build out a network of people that want to be in the space of parenting for just general support, and then be able to reach out to me and like, okay, Eric, we need more. Like, can you coach our family? Can you coach our kids? And that's really where it just kind of just blossomed out of this discovery of kind of a next step, if you will. And if a number of years ago, I ended up studying under Dr. Joseph McClendon III in the Neuroencoding Institute and Dr. Daniel Amen at the Amen clinics. And so getting those licensures and that content to be able to take that into that space of parenting has been absolutely phenomenal. The results that families are getting, like they're just like, yes, we found ourselves again. Like we had all of these dreams and aspirations when they were, toddlers, and then the tween years hit and the teen years hit, and the bottom of life fell out. And look at me, I pulled all my hair out. It's never coming back. For the love of Pete, my kids ran me through the ringer. And so, we get to operate in that space now, and I'm just so glad that God, the universe, just brought me into this path to really support families. And it's just a blessing to be involved with our families. And it's just such a kick in the pants to get up every day and do this. And like, I pinch myself, right? It's like, I get to do this today. Heck yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Right? Yeah. And your enthusiasm must help others want to like, yeah, okay, I can do it too. I can get up, I can go, I can get on the Gus bus and and figure it out because there are places to go. And you're a coach, you're an actual coach. Like you said, you've taken your neuroencoding. Um, And I really like that. It's almost, you know, that other foundation that I think it's an actual thing, big brothers and big sisters. You're kind of like a big parent. You're like, right? Like an elder that can come into the family and not just work with the kids, but work with the parents. And are the parents, do they, are they receptive more for themselves, or are they more receptive for their kids?
Are you ready for this? Well, this is great. Women's wellness. Are you ready for this? I love this piece, right?
Tell
I
me.
get the, oh my gosh, come help my kid.
Mm.
I got no problem. I got it. I got it. How's it going? What's going on? Oh, my kid's doing this. My kid's doing that. Okay, so what are you doing? And they're like, what do you mean? What do you mean? And I go, listen, we're coming in here to work with the family, right? And parents don't understand. Like there's some glitches in what I'm thinking and feeling as the parent,
Mhm.
that if we can fine tune those things and try some new things and be open and be willing, then we're going to be okay. It's when we got kids and families all hit parents hitting the wall and saying, oh, it's not me, it's them, it's there, and we're pointing fingers. It's
Yeah.
once we come to that realization that we're in it together and we all can make some change, and we sit down and get very real, raw, vulnerable, and say, okay, what can I do to better this situation? What can I do to empower self? Because then that's going to have an impact on my family. Because I've got to be that number one example. If I want my kids to do this, it can't be me pointing fingers and grounding them because they're not doing what I want them to do. I've got to show and lead by example. And when I can do that, that's when kids are like, okay, it's working for mom. How come mom's happier? How come dad's not screaming at us? How come like we're not running for our lives when the wooden spoon comes out? Hey, listen, I was a wooden spoon survivor of 1982. I got it. I get it. Yeah. So, how do we really tap into the greatness of your family? That's what we want to uncover.
Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, it's like life changing, life altering, like planet altering, because there's so much power within the family when it runs cohesively and everybody's kind of going in the same direction. There's so much power, even when they go out to the grocery store or show up at a sports event or something. People resonate, they pick up on those vibes, and then they, oh, what are they doing? What are they doing over there? I want some of that. Right? Yeah, awesome, awesome, awesome. So if people would like to connect with you, work with you, how can they find you?
Sure. So on Facebook, come check us out at the Empowered Family Network. We're on there, our private Facebook group. You can also find me at Energetic Life Now. That's my LLC. I'm on Facebook there as well. Or energeticlifenow.com. You can come hang out with me over there. But yeah, great ways to get connected with me all over social media, and would love to have a chat with you and help you out any way, shape, or form that I can. Throw some questions my way. Come hang out in the group, and we'll see where we go.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, Eric, for coming on today. Women's Wellness Network. If you want to check out Eric, we're going to have his stuff in the comments, all his links. And yeah, go see what he's got going on over there. Even if you just want to hang out, right? You can learn some stuff without having to, really get in there and participate. But once you start doing it, I'm pretty sure you're going to want to go in full tilt. So thank you, Eric, so much for coming today. My pleasure. Like, wonderful to
Thanks for
see.
having me. I
Of
really
course.
appreciate it, Tammy.
Well, you're very welcome. So thank you, Women's Wellness Network, for watching. Until next time, be well.